pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Counselor Geisler.
Here.
Housechild.
Here.
Nelson.
Here.
Peterson.
Here.
Mayor Boucher.
Mr. Mayor, could you turn your microphone on?
Turn your microphone on.
Thank you. Is that better? We will have separate times of public discussion. There will be one at the beginning of the meeting. And then there will be a point for public discussion with each motion or each action that we take. So if you have something specific to an action that's on the agenda, please wait until that comes up. If it's general public discussion, that will happen very soon. Anything else from council? Communications, Mr. Mulder?
The only item that I included in your packet, the other items are listed, is the notification that we did receive the grant for the local road improvement program. And so we are starting that process to build that road at Richard and Lindgren.
Thank you. No presentations for this meeting. Public discussion. This is when anyone can discuss anything with the council. We ask that you limit your time to 3 minutes per person. If you would please identify yourself by name and address. Is there anyone who wishes to speak to the council at this time? Do we have any public discussion from anyone online? Last call for public discussion. That section is now closed. We'll move forward to the consent agenda. Do we have a motion for the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Housechild, second by Counselor Peterson. Roll call, please.
Counselor Housechild.
Aye.
Nelson.
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
Geisler.
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Motions. Motion to approve or deny the following on-sale intoxicating liquor licenses. I'm not going to go through the addresses, but I will name the businesses: the Odd Shrine, Beacon Sports Bar, Chalet Lounge, Foster's Sports Bar and Grill, Maya Mexican Restaurant, Mackenzie's Bar and Grill, Outback Steakhouse, Skyline Lounge, the Social House, and Valentini's. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Geisler, second by Counselor Nelson. Mr. Mulder?
These are all renewals from the previous year.
Thank you. Do we have any comments or concerns from counselors? Is there any member of the public that wishes to comment on this matter? If so, state your name and address for the record. Is there any public comment on the on-sale intoxicating liquor licenses? Roll call, please.
Counselor Nelson.
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
Geisler.
Aye.
Housechild.
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Motion to approve or deny the following off-sale intoxicating liquor licenses: Sam's West, number 6320, and the Adolph Store.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Peterson, second by Counselor Housechild. Any comment, Mr. Mulder?
These are both renewals, and what you will notice, the one that's not on here is the Hermantown Liquor, which closed in the last year.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from council? Is there any public input on this motion? Is there any public input or discussion on the motion to approve off-sale intoxicating liquor licenses? Roll call, please.
Counselor Peterson.
Aye.
Geisler.
Aye.
Housechild.
Aye.
Nelson.
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Motion to approve or deny the following off-sale 3.2 malt liquor licenses: Holiday Station Stores, Quick Trip number 220, Quick Trip number 216, Quick Trip number 572, Walmart number 1757, and iMart stores the former Haynes Road Holiday.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Nelson, second by Counselor Geisler. Mr. Mulder?
Again, these are all renewals.
Thank you. Is there any public input on this motion? If there's any public input, please state your name and address for the record. With no public input, I'd ask for a roll call.
Counselor Geisler,
Aye.
Housechild.
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Motion to approve or deny the following on sale wine, strong beer liquor licenses. China Star Restaurant, Due North Pizza, Sammy's Pizza, The King of Creams, and Yellow Bike Coffee.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Peterson, second by Counselor Housechild. Mr. Mulder?
Again, all renewals.
Is there any public input on these license renewals? Last chance for public input on this motion. Roll call, please.
Counselor Housechild.
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. And a motion to appoint members to the broadband task force, if Mr. Mulder would state their names.
Sure. The recommendation is to appoint the following individuals. Gerald Wallace, Mary Ferguson, Bill Berg, Abhi Devarati, Thea Stoffanecker, Steve Poggio, and the city council member would be Gloria Nelson.
Thank you. Do we have a motion?
So
Motion.
moved.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Housechild, second by Counselor Peterson. Any council input? Glad we're moving on with this. Is there any public input on this motion? If so, state your name and address for the record. Any public input on the appointees to the broadband task force? Roll call, please.
Counselor Nelson,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye.
Housechild,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Resolutions, resolution 2021-69, resolution approving change order number 1 for Old Highway 2. Do we have a motion?
So move.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Geisler, second by Counselor Housechild. Mr. Mulder?
This is just a change order for this project. We had to remove some unsuitable soils in the form of clay out of the road bed, and we replaced it with class 5 gravel.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from council? Is there any member of the public that wishes to comment on this matter? If so, state your name and address for the record. Any public input on resolution 2021-69? Roll call, please.
Counselor Peterson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye.
Housechild,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Resolution 2021-70, resolution approving a special use permit for the grading and filling within a shoreland overlay district.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Peterson, second by Counselor Geisler. Mr. Mulder, would you like Mr. Johnson to address this?
That'd be great.
Eric, please.
Great, thank you very much. This is a 20-acre site located south of Maple Grove Road and a little bit east of Lindall Road. The applicant is proposing a driveway and a single-family home. There is a tributary of Rocky Run Creek, which exists in the western portion of the property. This driveway will not have to cross that. It is not in that area, but there is the shoreland overlay associated with that Rocky Run. The house location is approximately greater than 150 feet away from that, the setback associated with that creek, so it meets the ordinance associated with it.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from council? With none, is there any member of the public that wishes to comment on this resolution? Is there any public discussion? If so, state your name and address for the record. Roll call, please.
Counselor Geisler,
Aye.
Housechild,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Resolution 2021-71, resolution authorizing and directing the mayor and city clerk to execute and deliver a settlement agreement between the city of Hermantown and Stauber Properties Partnership. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve?
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Motion by Counselor Peterson, second by Counselor Geisler. Mr. Mulder.
This is for the easement across the Stauber property for the section 24 sewer trunk line and trail.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments from council? Hearing none, is there any public input on resolution 2021-71? Is there any member of the public that wishes to address the council about this resolution? If so, state your name and address for the record. Roll call, please.
Counselor Housechild,
No. Or nay? Is it?
This is
Yeah,
Stauber property.
yeah. Oh, this is only that one?
Daubers.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought they were together. Okay, so yes.
Okay. Nelson,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Geisler.
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Here's the hot one. Resolution 2021-72. Resolution authorizing and directing the mayor and city clerk to execute and deliver a settlement agreement between the city of Hermantown and Northwood Properties Incorporated, AKA Northwood Properties Incorporated Northwoods. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion by Counselor Nelson, second by Counselor Geisler. Mr. Mulder.
Again, this is a sewer easement across the Carlson property for the section 24 sewer and for the trail.
Thank you. For counselors' input on this, we'll start with go in the order of time on council. Mr. Geisler.
I'm going to vote in favor for this at the recommendation of our legal counsel.
Counselor Nelson,
I am also going to vote in favor of this due to our advice from council.
thank you. Counselor Peterson.
I'm going to strongly vote against this due to the position that I believe this puts us in as a city and the way this was handled. I do not agree with it.
Thank you. Counselor Housechild.
I will also be voting no. I think it's important that we be good steward of our community's dollars. And in this particular case, I see both sides, and I think we've had great discussion. But for me, the outcome is not something that I can vote in favor of.
Thank you. And I will be voting on this, but my vote will probably be resting on the fact that I believe that one alternative is potentially more costly than the other. I do not like what we're having to pay for this, but I believe that in my opinion, the best use of public dollars is to get this settled now. Is there any public input on this matter? If so, state your name and address for the record. Do we have any public input on resolution 2021-72? Roll call, please.
Counselor Nelson,
Aye.
Peterson,
Nay.
Geisler,
Aye.
Housechild,
Nay.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Move to resolution 2021-73. Resolution adopting performance measures. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve?
I'll second.
Motion by Counselor Peterson, second by Counselor Geisler. Mr. Mulder.
This is the third year that we've participated in or conducted a survey of the community in terms of certain areas. And we do this in conjunction with the state of Minnesota And this, having performance measures allows us to get a small revenue from the city, from the state of Minnesota. And it also just gives us a better indication of how our residents are viewing, our efforts here as a city.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from council? Is there any member of the public that wishes to comment on this resolution? If so, state your name and address for the record. Is there any public input on resolution 2021-73, resolution adopting performance measures? Roll call, please.
Counselor Peterson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye.
Housechild,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Resolution 2021-74, resolution approving the removal of gates at Stebner Park. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Peterson, second by Counselor Nelson. Mr. Mulder.
As you recall, this was discussed back in 2016. And at the time, we decided not to remove the gates, but to simply provide an opening at the gates for pedestrian access. Since that time, we have had the addition of the trail from the intersection of Stebner and Maple Grove through the park to the concession area to provide additional pedestrian access. And later this summer, we will be opening the Section 24 trail. And this parking lot will serve as a trailhead. And so we want to open that up in part because we want to provide greater access to the park, the playground, the shelter there, and then also access to the trail.
Thank you. Any counselors have comments?
No, just that we have received a lot of community feedback for the need to have this open for access for families, and I think it's a great move forward.
Thank you. Anything else? My comments are that originally we decided to hold back on this because of concerns for the soccer fields and the possible detrimental damage that may be done to them. But we have evolved to the point where this is now becoming a full-fledged city park and trailhead. And I believe it needs to be open to the public so that it can be accessed.
Mayor, if I could, that's an excellent point because since the discussion back in 2016, we have lined all of the fields with large boulders to prevent vehicle traffic. Now, I mean, vehicle traffic could still happen even with those rocks there at different points, but that certainly is a deterrent and stops a lot of people from being able to just drive onto the fields.
To better protect those fields.
And I was going to get to the point that methods have been put in place to prevent or hopefully prevent any damage. I just believe it's an evolution that we need to go through. Any other comments from council?
I agree with all of you.
I just think it's worth noting as well that we recognize the good work that the Soccer Association has done on those fields and they continue to do. They've been a really good partner of ours. And I think as a community, we can all appreciate and protect that space and have good community use and utilization of the new amenities all together as a community.
Thank you. Is there any public discussion on this matter? If anyone wishes to comment, either in person or online, please state your name and address for the record. With no public comments, I'd ask for a roll call.
Counselor Geisler,
Aye.
Housechild,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Resolution 2021-75, resolution receiving updated preliminary engineering report and calling for a public hearing for road improvement district number 538, Richard Avenue and Lindgren Road, and the public hearing would be August 2nd. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Housechild, second by Counselor Nelson. Mr. Mulder?
As you recall, we discussed the possibility of upgrading Richard and Lindgren back in 2017. But at the time, we didn't really have a good funding source for that. And we weren't sure quite when there'd be any additional development. Since then, we've had some additional development in that area in the marketplace. And we recently received notification that we were granted $750,000 in a local road improvement grant for that project. So we'd like to begin that process. We did that by doing the report. And next would be the public hearing, and the city engineer will then start the process of designing the road and getting the necessary right of way that we need.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from council?
I just love seeing the progress happening in that marketplace and hope with this new addition and improvements that we can continue to do that.
I agree with that and had one question. At the pre-agenda meeting, Mr. Mulder, you mentioned about having Northland Consulting, the civil engineer, doing the engineering on that, and I think that's just fine. Do we need, I know we made some changes with that plan and policy. Do we need official council action to do that?
Off the top of my head, I don't know, but if we do, we'll have it at the July 6th meeting.
Thank you. And I'd like to compliment city staff on the grant money that was available that made this possible. Is there any public input on this motion? Is there any public input on the resolution 2021-75? If so, please state your name and address for the record. Roll call, please.
Counselor Housechild.
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. And the next item on our list is a closed session. We will need a motion at the end of what I read. The City Council of the City of Hermantown will meet in a closed session pursuant to the following statute and stated reason. Minnesota Statute Section 13D.05 Subdivision 3A to discuss the city administrator's performance evaluation. Following this closed session, the council will reconvene in open session pursuant to the posted agenda for that date and time, and during such open session, summarize its conclusions regarding the evaluation. Do we have a motion to move to closed session?
Motion to move to closed.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Peterson, second by Counselor Geisler. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign.
So we just need to take a couple of minutes here.